Hey everybody! How's everybody's Friday? It's Friday! Yay! Can everybody say it? It's Friday! Yay! And it's about 100 degrees here, which is much cooler than it was last weekend. It got up to 115 here today, that last Saturday, but I wasn't here. I was in California, so it was a good weekend. Yeah, so it's about 100 degrees here. And I got my outside windows washed this morning. So you know what that means. It's raining. It's 100 degrees and it's raining. And my windows won't be as pretty as they were an hour ago, but oh well. I'd rather have the rain. So how's everybody doing? Have you had a good month? I know I'm late, but that's what happens. And we're going to have a visitor just passing on through. Keep going. Keep going. Thank you. She'll probably be back at some point. I have a little bit of everything today. I have WIPs, I have haul, and I have an FFO and a finish, and what else was there? Oh, my comparison on framing prices. I wanted to talk a little bit about that. And there's probably some various and sundry other things, but we'll get to that as we go along. So let's start with my WIPs for the last, what, month? I'm going to have to put on my glasses, so. Oh, more than a month, because my last video was on May 15th. So, oh my goodness, I am late. Holy smokes. Okay, so the first one I worked on after the last video was the Four Seasons, the Haid Four Seasons, which I forgot to pull out a picture, but you probably know which one this is. And I've got a little bit over 2 pages done now, and it is so cool to work on. I love it. And I have found what I've been doing the last couple of, I'm doing it in columns, but I'm doing, instead of doing like 10 by 10 blocks, I'm doing each color all the way down that column and then parking down here. And I just keep going with one color all the way down. And then I go back up to the top and I pick another color and I go down here. And what I try to do is I use, the first ones I do are the ones that there's the most of, and then it makes it easier to fill in the little confetti ones as I go along. And I don't know whether, it seems to be faster. I don't know whether it is or not, but I've been doing pretty good on this one. So I am just kind of moving along on that. I want to work on it all the time, but I'm forcing myself to work on some other things too. So yeah, so that one's good. Let's see. I worked on Santa's Village. I ran up against the wall on Santa's Village, as I told the people on the Sal page. Did you know that Santa's Village has a wall? I didn't either, but I ran into it. And I had to stop for a while. So I stopped for about a month, I think. I stopped right after my last video. So and then I started working on it again like 2 days ago. So I'm almost done now with the hot cocoa cafe there. All I have left to do is the green down at the bottom and the snowflakes. And then I will maybe start working on the next one. So I'm back to making some progress. Once I finish this one, it's at the halfway point. I don't know whether I'll get it done this year, but I'm going to give it the old college try. So, and I think it was good to take a break. I'm enjoying it much more. Again, don't wait to do all of it. Doesn't look like that much white, but it is. Don't wait to do all of the white in one go. Try doing one strand and then do something else, and then come back and do another strand and do something else, because I think that's what stopped me, was the big bunch of white. So just so you know. And let's see, when I stopped working on the Santa's Village, I needed a new start. So I started, and I'm not even sure I'm pronouncing this correctly, Desiderata. Letitia was doing this. Letitia, where are you? I know you're working and you're going to school and you're busy, but we miss you. And I want to see the stuff that you've been working on. So, you know, when you get it, when in your free time. So I started working on this, and I love this. This is another one that I could work on all the time. I love the letters, and it's very easy. It's a lot of back stitching on the little motifs in between, and obviously all the lettering is back stitching, but it goes really quickly. I did this much, which I think is like a fourth of the way done, in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 days. So I did this in 10 days, which is pretty good for me, because there were some specialty stitches and that I had never done before, but very happy. It's going to be humongous. This is, like I said, about a fourth of it. So it's going to be a big one, but I think it's going to be beautiful. And I think my last WIP, let's see, that's May, Santa's Village. Okay, yeah, Shades of Indigo, which I have finished one page of it, which you can't see because it's in the Q-snap, but it's with Fiberlicious filament silks, which are gorgeous, gorgeous. I am so sad that she is not selling these, and she's not going to be selling these filament silks anymore. She's still selling her regular spun silks, but not the filament. So I had bought, there's 3 colors in this. I had bought enough to do this Shades of Indigo in those 3 colors, but then when I found out that she wasn't going to be selling them anymore, I got scared, because I just knew that I was going to run out with half a page left to go. So I bought more to make sure that I would have enough. And I bought some other filaments, but I'll show you those later in the haul. So this is coming along really good. You do need to grid on this. But I used Jennifer Apodaca's most recent gridding video on how to do this, and it worked out really well. I've got a couple of spots where I'm off by 1. I think there's one right there. But as long as I know about it, I can compensate, and I wasn't going to take it all out when I found it after I was like almost already done. So, and I just did like 1 Q-snap worth at a time. I'm not going to try to grid the whole thing at a time. So I think I was up to like here, and then when I moved the Q-snap, I just went ahead and did this much more, and that'll do me for the second page. I think it's 3 pages and 3 pages, or 4 by 4, I'm not sure. But this is going to be really pretty when it's done, and I love these silks. They're a little tricky to work with, but they're very lovely once you get the hang of it. So, yeah. So those are my WIPs that I've worked on. Oh, and I had one more, but it's a finish. So let me show you this. And this is Winter by, I think it's Country Cottage Needleworks. And Carolyn Mazzio. Hi, Carolyn. I'm glad you're posting again. Carolyn Mazzio also just finished this. These are really cute. There's one for each season. So I have the other 3. I'm going to eventually do them, but they're not on my radar right now. But they're nice to they're a nice travel project because they don't have a lot of colors and they're fairly small. So that's good. And I have an FFO, which I had finished this the end of last year. Yeah, the end of last year. It's a small chatelaine. In fact, I watched I'm about a month behind on Flosstube. I watched one of Jessie Marie's last night, and she just started the Bold Band Sampler number 3. And this is the Bold Band Sampler number 1, is the one that I got framed. So I don't think you can see any of this. Oh, sorry for the glare. See any of the sparkles, but there's bunches of sparkles. And Krennic or Petite Treasure Braid, I don't remember which one I used. But I love this. And I love the blue matting. The framing shop did a really nice job on it. So that's my FFO. You see any sparkles? No sparkles. Oh well. They're there. There's lots of sparkles. And yeah, that's it. That's the FFO and my finish and my WIPs. Okay, let's do some haul. Let's do some haul real quick. It won't be long. I did get some fabric. I think I had shown you last month. Where did it go? Oh, I had done the Dinky Dyes spring sampler and finished that with a Sal with Trisha. And that was fun. And I had done that on hand-dyed fabric by Stephanie milk chocolate. So I ordered 3 more pieces of this so I can do all 4 of the samplers on the same fabric. So I got 3 pieces of that. And I'm getting ready to start the summer one. Where did that go? Oh man, I got so much stuff here. Is that summer? No, that's winter. Here it is. Summer. And I'm dropping stuff. It's been a long week. Here it is, Summer's Gate. This will be the one that the second one that I'll be doing. That Sal started last Monday, but I didn't have my fabric. But now I do. So we will be starting that pretty quick here, I think. And they don't take any time at all to do. The spring, they're small. They're only about like 3 by 8, something like that. The spring one only took me 8 days to do. And I don't stitch, and I was on vacation, so I wasn't getting that much time on it. So we're going away this coming weekend, so I may take this one with me. I don't know. Do you get a lot of stitching done when you're in Vegas? Probably not. But I have to take something anyway. So I got that fabric. I got some fabric from Silk Weaver, which this is 28 count cashel linen in Aegean aqua. Very pretty. And 28 count just passing through. 28 count cashel linen in Tantalizing Tulips. It's a little bit lighter than what's showing up, but, and I have no idea what I'll use this for, but it is really pretty. I also got some, another thing about these filament silks is they go everywhere. They slide. I also got some Chromatic Alchemy fabric, which I love her stuff. And I don't even mind paying the shipping from the UK for these. So I know I'm going to get more of her stuff. This was a test, a green-blue test. So you can't really see the green-blue. It's a little darker than that. Isn't that weird how some come out lighter on the camera and some come out darker? And this one looks pretty much the same. Oh, that's pretty good. And it is Poseidon. And I just got small pieces. They're 13 by 18, but I'm sure I'll be able to find something. You know, one of these might be pretty for one of those samplers. We're gonna have to check that out. So that's the fabric I got. Fiberlicious filament silks. I couldn't just let her go without buying. I had to do her a favor and buy some of the ones that she had left. So, you know, it's only right? Yeah. So I've got, what's this? Emerald, 5 of those. And what's this one? Amethyst. Aren't those pretty? And I got 5 of each, figuring it would be enough to do like a small, and I just went blank. One of the ones that only uses one color. You know what I mean. What the heck is that called? Blech, I don't remember now. I got the regular silk. I think this is, yeah, this is spun silk. Celtic Romance. I have that chart, but I didn't have the thread, so I got that. And then I also got the pattern for the new Peacock Band Sampler from Northern Expressions Needleworks. And I'm going to do the specialty stitches this time. It is not going to whip me. I am going to do them. I'm going to do Jessica stitches, and I'm going to do all of the other ones too. It will not win. So I got that pattern, and I got the spun silk Peacock Fantasy threads to do that. And where did my fabric go? I had fabric picked out for this, and it was here. Here, no, that's not it. Oh man. I had it picked out. Where did it go? Oh man. Anyway, it's sparkly. Is this it? This is it. It is another Chromatic Alchemy, 32 count Opal Belfast in, is it Ether? A-E-T-H-E-R? Ether? Oh, it's so pretty. And it sparkles. It sparkles. So that's what I'm going to do that on. I don't have the beads. I decided to do something a little bit different, and I'm going to go to the bead store with all of this and pick out my own beads to do this, because I'm also doing one other of her samplers. I'm just doing the cross stitch version, and I found that the beads kind of, yes, kind of meld together with the threads. So I'm kind of looking to do different color beads with each color thread. So say like with the blues, I'll do different shades of yellows. With the yellows, I might do purple. That I mix it up a bit. So I'm going to go pick out my own beads one of these days. So there's a couple of bead places about a half an hour from me. So I'm going to go and do that and see where that takes me. And then I received, I showed you on my last video, the Lily Violet patterns. I got November. These are the only ones I've ordered so far. And September. But man, oh man, they are big. So I'm thinking that I'm just going to do the September and the house and not do the flowers down below. And I may do the same thing with all of them and just do November and the house and leave these off, because I don't remember. The stitch count is 171 by 239. So they're a lot bigger than I thought they were. I think they'll be fun to do, and the patterns look like they're really nice quality, but I think I'm going to cut them down a little bit. Can I help you with something? Yeah? Okay. Okay. I got this one, almost done here. This one I bought off of eBay, I think. No, it wasn't Stash Unload, but it was another one of the Stashquisition sites on Facebook, I believe. And it says, mind your own beeswax. And that's a real small one, so that one I'll be able to do in no time. I thought that was really cute. It's done on 14 count, but I'll just use whatever I have. And then from 123 Stitch, I got these have been on my list for a long time. The Autumn Garden and the Butterfly Garden. I'd like to do all 4 of these eventually, but man, they have a lot of colors and they're a good size too. On 32 count, it's 10 by 27. So, and I think I'll probably just do them in DMC. Otherwise, there's at least 30 colors of MPI Dinky Dyes and thread gatherers, and I'm just, and that's on just one of them. So I think I will be doing these on DMCs. But boy, they sure are pretty. Okay, and that's all that I had for haul. One other thing I wanted to show you. One of my goals for this year, I did last year, I did like 3 or 4 Christmas ornaments for the first time. And I gave a couple of them away as gifts, and I kept a couple of them. But one of my goals for this year was to do 6 Christmas ornaments. Whether I gave them away or whatever, but to do 6 of them and get them finished and all that. Well, I think I had told you, I'd packed up all my stuff to get my craft room all done. And so now I'm unpacking and organizing and everything. And I came across this. And it's got 30 different designs in it. And I've already done some. First of all, it came with a piece of 14 count Aida, and I don't know how they expected you to do 30 of these suckers on this itty bitty piece of fabric. But I have completed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look at that. So I've already completed 6 of them. But look, that's as big as the fabric is. And they wanted you to do 30 of them? I don't think so. I'll be lucky to get 20 out of this. But I don't know how long I've had this. It's like forever. But I don't know how I'm going to finish them either. Whether they want you to do them at like little stockings. I don't know whether I'll attempt that or whether I'll just do them as like a square flat fold kind of a thing. But hey, that's my 6. Stop scratching. That's my 6 Christmas ornaments, and the stitching on them is not terrible. Even the backs look decent. So I might even do a couple more of these because they look like, I'll pick out the ones with the least amount of back stitching and work on those. So I was happy to find that. They're really cute. So we may do more of those. All right. So that was it. Framing comparison. I told you guys I was going to compare, oh, one sec. I forgot haul. Be right back. Watch out for your tail, dear. Yeah. Watch out. Whoop. Haul. Fiberlicious. I love the Fiberlicious lady. I want to throw money. I'm going to throw money at her when she moves to California, and then she'll just send me stuff. You know, like some people say they do that with chatelaines or whatever, or needle minders. I'm going to do it with Fiberlicious. I'm just going to throw her money. I got this a while ago, and I don't think I ever showed it. But this is one of her little smaller bags, and it fits my shades of indigo with room to spare. It's got a flat bottom, so it's got plenty of room for the Q-snap and the pattern and fabric and pattern. And the Q-snaps and the threads and all of that. Oh, and hey, look, I made my own. Yeah, I did. You helped. I made my own little thread organizer. Look what I did. And it works great.